I'm sorry, ladies. I hit my camera button and accidentally ended when I was making this pocket. So this is continuation of part two. Let me get that mouse out of the way. Um, I hit it with my scissors when I was finishing up. Okay, so what I was doing was inking this part. Let me bring that in a little bit. That is too far away. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Let's see that's better. You can see better. Okay, now, we inked this part. Now I need to glue it on. See how nice that looks now? I'll show you when I get this glued on. So, with this type thing, you want to use the glue around the edges. Is the only thing that's going to keep it down right. Put my pen back in. This thing is, it's tedious having to work with that pen, but it is worth it. The glue is such good product. It's worth having to keep up with those silly things. And I already lost one after I told you not to lose one the other day. Let's see. I have another little container with the pins in it. I bought extra. Okay. Oh, hang on. I'm not getting that on good. So I may have to do a little bit more. I like it. I'm not going to do any more trimming. It's good enough for me. Hold on. Let me get this straight down here. I made now that look at them. I said that. And let me see. Do I like it enough to leave it that way? I like it. It looks pretty good. And once we get it on there, it's going to look better. So here's our pocket. I'm out of focus again. Hold on. Here we go. Alright. So here's our pocket. Now I want to put some tape on. And all my tape fell. Or I put it somewhere. What do I do with it? Oh, I lose things in this room like crazy. I'm going to put some tape on here. Tape here. And tape on this side. And I'm going to put it on. Uh-oh. I'm going to put a little bit of glue in the areas where the tape isn't, so it stays on really good. Well, if I can get the tape off. I try to do it with my nails, but it never works. Or doesn't work all the time, and I get frustrated. So that's why I use this tool, because I can't get my nails to work all the time. And this is not the best tool, but it does work. That little pointy tool, I just didn't look for it that well. It slides under a little easier. Okay, there we go. Now I've got that off. And when I put a little glue on it, not on the tape where I had the tape, because like I said, if you put the glue on the tape, it won't stick. So I just put it in areas where my tape didn't go. Okay. Put it on your envelope. And it usually doesn't take me this long to put a pocket on, ladies. God, I don't know what the deal is. Well, this is kind of an involved explanation. Okay, so now let that glue dry real well, and I'll be back to visit that in a minute. Let me get my pen back in my glue so it doesn't clog out. And if I move this out of the way, I'll get all my papers messed up. Okay, time to clean off the desk because I've got strips of paper all over the place and we've got more to go. So let me do a quick little cleaning of my strip here and then we'll get on with it. I just save them all up and swipe them up, get them in the trash. All my little scraps. Okay, so now we're semi-ready, semi-clean again. And my camera, I moved it. I know I moved it. Okay, let's see. Well, I need it about down right there. Okay, make sure I'm in the camera. Okay, so don't tell me I did that. Okay, so now we have our magnet on one side. Okay, turn it over, and we have this pocket on this side. We'll make a tag to go in there later, and I'll probably use this piece of paper right here or something else. I may save this piece. I don't even have tape on that right now. So let's go to the second one, this double pocket. You have, okay, let me show you. On the double pocket, the one with these inside, these little things that we made inside. Remember we put this strip on? We made it an inch longer than the length of your envelope. This is 7 and an 8, so this was 8 and an 8. No, 8 and an 8, 9th and an 8, and then I did a ½ inch on each end. I folded it in, and here's my little flap there, and flap there where I glued it down. See on the inside? I'm going to give you a shot in the camera view. I'm looking so I can get there. I don't think I can show you, my hands get in the way. There, you can see it now. Right up here, where I glued it down. Well, you can see it at the edge here too, where it's glued down. Okay, so we had to put this on because on the double ones there's no binding strip. So you have to cut this piece of paper a little smaller than what you would do to fit your envelope, because you've got to slide it in under that binding strip. So I cut my paper, it's sliding in, and I don't have any glue on this one, and I'm going to show you why. Because once I line it up on the edge, I'm just going to take my bottle of glue and glue it on this, like this. Line it up. And then take the other side, which is your binding side, underneath that paper. You don't have to get all the way underneath there. Just a little bit right here on the edge. And as far as you can get inside there with your glue, it's fine. You're not going to cover that whole piece of paper. You don't need to. It's not going to come out. Okay, so now that's glued down. And we still have our binding piece to slip onto. You know, you have your little hinges. So this is what's going to slip into the hinge. This right here. Okay. I want to make this decorative. So I'm going to glue this on as well. And let me get that on there. Let's see. It's a little short, but I'm going to put some lace or something over that. Down here and up here. And then I'm going to make a photo mat to slide in. Okay, like I did the other one. But this, I'm just going over the basics of how to put your decorative paper on. Here's the inside. Now look, we have this deal right here. Okay, this is the first one that we have that we need to put paper on. Let's see, which paper was I going to use? I know I'm going to use these two for the flaps, that for the flap, and this one here. So I haven't done any tape yet. Let me show you how I put the tape on for this envelope. for the paper. Like I said, if you put a strip of the tape down here, you're sealing it off way too much. You're not going, when you put your insert in, okay, uh, for your other photos, well, I can't get this to go in. Let's use this piece. When you put your insert in, if you've got that strip and it's glued down to here, your insert's not going to go in as far as you need it to. So what you do with your paper is you take your paper and your tape and you go along this part of the envelope, okay? The bottom and the outer edge is fine. Go ahead and put your tape on there. But you have to follow this cutout part on your envelope, okay, for this type page. Okay, now, brush that down. We'll move it. Let me see if I can find that other tool I like. Let's see. That's not it. I don't know. Oh, here. I think. Yeah, here's one. Here's that one I like. It gets under there so much easier. If it doesn't have adhesive on it already. Okay. Now, I want to put my page on. Make sure I've got the orientation right. This is the way I want it. This is upside down, but that's just the way the paper is. So, I want to put it on about right like, hang on, this. Okay. So here we go. Now I have it on, but look, it's still open, right? And we don't want it open so that our things fall out. That's the inside. So take your glue, and this is when it helps to have a real thin nozzle on your glue, and turn it this way, and do a really thin strip right inside that edge. I'll show you the strip once I get it done, and oh, my hands shake. I can't even do a straight line with glue. Okay, let me show you how much I had. I put that much on there. That's not much. Okay, that little strip of glue is what I put down on that edge. That's all you need. Press it down. And that way, when you put your insert in, you have a full insert. And that's what you do with all your pages that are open like that on the envelopes. Okay, so now we want to cover this part. These are 4x4. When we measured them, we made them 4x4. So you know you just cut your paper 4x4 on these things. Cover the front and back. I am going to put these on the front. And that one goes there. Where's the other one? Here it is. I'm trying to decide the orientation of them. How I want them on. I think I like the writing like that. And I thought I had everything glue on everything or tape on everything, but maybe I was a step ahead of myself and just thought so. Now my glue is starting to. Where's that pen? I didn't put it back there. I didn't put it back in. It's clogging up. Okay. There's one. With this glue, you can see that my pages are not wrinkling with this glue. It's because I'm using a very small amount with that nozzle, and that's how good the glue is. It doesn't wet your paper that much. Now we have another one that we have to do just like we did the first one. I use glue this time. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to do that little binding edge. Because I already know how much I need to put on there. See how I did that? Hold on. Trying to get there. Alright. Not the binding edge. The closed edge. What I meant to say. Okay. Here we go. Now, I'm going to press that down all around. Okay, and here is one more piece, and we're done with our second envelope. And I think I had this ready for something else. Oh, I'm one short because I haven't used this right here, so I could put it right there, and then it would go, you would have to figure out how you want to put them in your book, okay? But I'm not going to use this piece. I'll use a different piece on the back of book number 2 there. So let's do the third one. Pretty much it's the same as what we've been doing. And these are all just plain pages of paper. So let me clear my view here. I've got pop-ups on my screen. Okay. So I have got these cut. I've got the tape on it. Or some tape, it looks like, on that one. Hold on. There's a reason why that one looks like that. See, I have these already taped the way they need to be because you need that bead of glue right here. So I put the tape on the envelope. And this one, it doesn't matter. This one, it doesn't matter. So I put the tape all on the paper. And this one, it doesn't matter. This one, it matters. And that's why this is right here. That one goes there because there's only one strip of tape down there. Okay, so, hold on. Let me go ahead and get this tape off and put this piece on. And my tape sometimes tears into smaller pieces than what I want. So I'll just keep adding more. It gets stuck to my fingers and then it tears. Okay. Get that one there right to the edge, but it's okay. Now we're going to seal our envelope. This edge right here, because remember we just did the tape like that. So I'm going to take my glue and put a little bead of glue on there to seal it up. Not the binding, Just the first one. I'll show you in just a minute. Let me get this pressed down and glue. I'm gonna open it up so I can press down really good. You're not putting that in the binding one. You're only putting it on that first envelope on the front, or however it comes out on yours. That page may be on the inside. Depends on how you put your envelopes together. So I don't think I really need to do this on video, but I will, because I want y'all just to see, I guess, how I put it together. And here's one. Let's go ahead and see this one, because that's another one that's still open right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put my little bead of glue right there next to that fold line on the envelope. I get some of this adhesive off my tool here. Okay, now I'm going to take my tape off, and I'm going to put my paper on in a minute. Kind of have to work a little quick with that glue because it does dry quickly. So if you wait too long, it won't be wet and dry adhere. So I'm going to put this on and press that down. Go ahead and press where you put your bead of glue first, because you know that tape's going to stick. Isn't it glue? I waited too long. Hold on. Like I said. Put another. I waited too late to put it down. Okay. Oh, I didn't put enough. One of the two. Let me get my little bone folder here to press that down. In there really good. That might have been a problem as well. And you really don't want to chuck it just right after you do it either, because it's still gluing. So I'm not going to bother it for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put this page on. I'm going to put this one on here. I don't like that tool as well. Give me this one back. There we go. Much better. Okay. Well, I got a little separation here, but you know, I can always put a pocket here. If that bugs you, you can always put a pocket and then do an insert. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out when I go to decorate. And now I'm going to put these right here like this. And I've got the tape on this part of I've got the tape on the paper. This one's cut a little short, so I may do a strip there on the edge like I did that one I told you I cut too short. See how much I've got left over? So I'll probably cut a strip off something and put right there on that edge. Because when I cut it, I was doing it for another envelope and it was a little smaller. And unless they're laser cut, these envelopes, you think they're the right size, they're all the same size, right? They're not. I put them in my scoreboard and looked at them, and they are not the same size. So you can't be that accurate when you're putting this together, because they're not even made the same size unless they're laser cut. And they're not. They're just regular envelopes. Okay, so now we have this done, this done, this done, this done, and I need the back page on there like that, or this one can go there. I don't know if I like that there. I'll probably put it in the back here. Depends on how I want all these to look. So let me get my other 3 pages that I'm already done, and let me figure out how I want it. I already know I want this one in the front. This is my very first page. And so now, which one of these 2 am I going to put next? Okay, this is not going to go next. So this is going to go in the middle of the album. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one, or I'm going to put the other one that I did. So I like this one. I like the inside of this one better than the inside of this one. But it really doesn't matter. It's already done. So I'm going to go with this. So there's my third, and here's my third one. And then really probably what I'll just do is start over with the one I just finished with y'all guys. But that is my 4th page, 4th signature, my 5th signature. And so this is going to be the 6th one. So what do I want something here to match? Okay, if I'm going to put this one right here next to this one, I want it to match. So I do. I don't know about y'all guys, but matching things, I'm kind of like that. I like things to coordinate to match, and it's just my personality, I guess. It's a thing. So this match is okay for me, and I have to cut it down to the right size. And we'll get that on there. I can trim it a little bit more. Trim that. I just press it with my nail to make the mark on the paper. I don't like measuring that much, but okay. Now I want to ink it around the edge. I'll just take my ink pad and quickly go on the edges because I don't like white edges on my paper when you have white core paper. Ink it, let it dry because it will smear. I just put it down for a minute. I need a mat to go in here, and then I need things to go in here. But I'm not going to do that on camera. I'll come back for another series. I want to wrap this one up so you can digest all this, and then I'll be back to do the complete bind it, cover, and I'll have it decorated by then too. Okay, because decoration, I don't think I can do on camera a whole book. That takes a lot of creativity, and I don't think I can pull that out on video. Not in talk and all that too. So so this is how I want it. So I'm going to glue that down. On there, and I know how I want the sequence in my book to go now. Now I'm going to have to make a binding system that has 6 hinges on it because I have 6 signatures here. When I made the envelopes, we had 2 singles, 2 doubles, and 2 triples, and that makes 6 signatures. That's a pretty paper with that gold in it. Okay. So here we go. There's that. And then this one here can go on the back. And that will wrap up this part of tutorial part 2 continuation because it cut off when I hit the mouse. So there's going to be 2 part 2s. This is the second part 2. 2B. Okay, So here is our album. Okay, ladies, it's not completely decorated yet, but this is our album. Okay? And you're going to bind it all together. It's going to be this thick. I make my hinges at least a half to 3/4 inches separate. And I'll show you that when we do that. Thank you for joining me for part 2B of the envelope mini album tutorial.